because as we know, there are known knowns. There are things we know we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we know there's some things we do not know. But there are also unknown unknowns. The ones we don't know, we don't know.
Yes, yes, yes. You are in tune to Boxing Talk with Raphie. And I've yet to select my music. Hold on. Let's do this live. Let's do this live. What music am I going with? What's the mood? No, ain't that. Nope. Nope. Okay. This is my trusted, usual music. Sometimes when I'm starting this show, I feel like I need a seatbelt. I feel like I need a seatbelt on my swivel chair. OMG. Okay. Let me check the levels. Let's do the technical stuff before we get into the other technical stuff. Okay, that needs to come down a tad. What else we looking at? Yeah, let's get rid of that. What we got left? We got me. You're left with me. OMG. Okay. So what we're looking at here, what we're going to do, what we got to do, we got to check the levels. Let's check the levels. Check the levels. Let's check the levels. Okay. That's check way the levels. Let's loud. Check the levels. That's way too loud. Okay. But I think, let me go back a bit. Check the levels. Let's check the levels. Yeah, that's good. That's okay. Good. That's good, y'all. That's good, y'all. Let's bring back the music. Uh-oh. What did I just do? Okay. I feel like I need a seatbelt when I start this damn shiznix. Sometime. Okay. Okay, dang. Got some old faces up in here. Good to see. Why am I not hearing myself? Oh, okay. Where's my phones? Where's the headphones? Let's get the headphones copacetic. Okay. 1 2 1 2. Okay, let's get some volume on that. 1 2 1 2. Okay, that's good, yeah. That's good. That's good, yeah. That's good. Okay. What else we got to do? We've done the levels. Yes. Everything looks good and copacetic up in here. Okay. So what's on the menu? What's on the menu before we go anywhere else? Let's have a look at the menu. Then we get into the register. Okay, we're bouncing. Where's that? Am I sharing that yet? Yes. Okay, so what we're looking at, of course, we're looking at Haney versus Kambosos. Definitely talking about that. Definitely want to talk about that. We're looking at Joe Cordina. We're looking at Inoue versus Donaire. That's a coming fight. And of course, among other things, we have to do an examination, a close examination of the Mark Lucas Brown versus Junior Fa. Junior Fa has launched an appeal against the decision, against his loss at the hands of Lucas Brown. So we definitely going to have to talk about that too. And you see Tank Davis up there looking meditative, pondering, wondering. We're going to have to ease up in the mix too. So hello and well. So now you know the menu. Let me go into the chat. Let's do the register. Let's see who's turned up. SCU's turned up. That's my northern voice. And what can I say? Oh. Let me throw the invites out. I mediate late. Okay, so the invitation card is there in the chat. And hold on a sec. What's this? Bring that down. Let me say this. Raphie's a man of high spirits. Good spirits. Good level. That's why I always check my levels. But I must confess, before I started the show, the Raphie was feeling, always rushed. I'm always rushed. So I was feeling, damn, did I do my prep? Did I do my whole prep? Did I dot my I's and did I cross my T's? Did the Raphie dot his I's and cross his T's? That's the thing that sprang to mind. I immediately, prior to the shout, as soon as I pressed go, and as soon as I saw the names, and as soon as I saw the people, I have to say this. I mean, from the bottom of my heart, you lifted my spirits. I immediately, I was uplifted like an eagle. Like an eagle over the vast expanse of waters. The vast expanse of waters which covers the earth. There was Raphie, an eagle, flying. As soon as I pressed start, I felt a gust of wind. The gust of wind beneath my wings. And people, I mean this in the nicest way, but you were the gust of wind beneath my wings. What can I say? What can I tell you? That's from the bottom of the heart. And I think you served his suspension now. It's been a couple of months. I think the pigeon has served this suspension, the Raphie.
Oh, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
The Raphie is a big believer that
you made my life.
A little light sentence can bring back a reformed character. So this is a test to see if a minimal sentence,
okay. I don't know if my reception's any good.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a test to see if.
I might have to put that on there. I don't know if you can still hear me.
Yeah, I can still see that. That's cool. I can still hear you. That's cool. This is a test to see if a small sentence around 2 months can reform a drunken pigeon. We're gonna find out today.
Yeah, man. Let's hope so. I've turned my camera off because I want to make sure that I can get my point across on the Devin Haney fight. I think Devin Haney was amazing. It's hit and not be hit. It's a 135 king. What a fighter! I just think he's a brilliant fighter.
Let me stop you there. Email pigeon.
Man.
We got Jimmy in the background. I'll come
Big
to you in a
Jimmy.
second. We got Big Jimmy in the back.
Yeah, Big Jimmy's okay, bro.
Yeah, calm down, pigeon. Calm down. Okay, so before we get into the thing, let's just do a quick roll call. We got Kal-El up in the building. Salute to the Combat Radio Nation. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the share button, hit all of the notification, all of the good buttons.
Yeah, man.
Let's have a look. The pigeon, of course, is here and present. I was going to say present and correct, but that remains to be seen. We got the Lisa Bales up in the building. How you doing, Lisa? The Iron Kong warp drive activated. What else we got? Who else we got? Scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down. Okay. And of course, damn, there's a lot of comments in here. Can't keep up with them. And of course, we haven't seen the red glove militant around these parts in a while. So it's good for the red glove militant to pop in and say hi. Good to see you, me old chum. What else? Holodeck in full effect. What else we saying? Okay. And who else? Oh, the Philip Carl Roberts is up in the building all the way from sunny Wales. We're going to be talking about his fellow Welshman. Hold on, let me do the accent. Let me try and do the accent. We're going to be talking about his fellow Welshman today. Goes by the name of Joe Cordine. How much out of 10? How much out of 10 you going to give me for that one?
I'll give you two.
Oh dear.
Two.
Jimmy, how much you giving me out of 10 for that Welsh impersonation? Where's Jimmy? Jimmy. Oh, he's muted. I don't know if he's muted. Okay, we'll wait for Jimmy to come back. But it's all good. Who else we got here? Don't want to miss anybody. Oh, we got. Oh,
everyone's here, I think, tonight.
Yeah,
everyone's here tonight.
We got the Dr. Woo Doc up in the building. We got the Bruce Gas boxing.
The big Bruce Gassy. Big Bruce Gassy here.
Big Bruce Gas.
Bruce Gassy.
We got the Jimmy. Haney shined over the week.
Here.
Haney shined over the weekend. And the new 135 King.
It's got a point.
Dr. Woo Doc up in the building. Who else we got? I think we got the full complement of early people up in here. Oh yeah, and in
they're all here.
The fight doctor's in the building. Okay, we're good. Jimmy's dropped off. Drop back in, Jimmy. Where are you?
Yeah, I'll be back.
Let me drop the link again. And let me pin that. But okay, so the link is below. Okay. Pigeon.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pigeon. Go ahead. Talk your talk, my friend. Talk your talk.
Yeah, man. Can you see me on the screen if I go up, because I'm not sure that my connection's too good. I don't want to be too disrespectful to everybody, because the fact that you've had me on the screen, I'll put my face on if you can see me. I'm not really bothered about my face being on the stream, but
put your face on.
You sure? But it might slow the screen down and stuff.
The stream down. Now put your face on. Carry on. Put your face on.
I just thought the Devin Haney fight was pretty much what a lot of us were predicting. I think Devin Haney is an excellent boxer. You've spoken to Bill Raphie. We've all spoken to him.
Yes.
How long have we known Bill Haney? Even people like Jimmy, who was here before, that guy's spoken to him about a million times. We've all spoken to Bill Haney on all these chats and that. And listen, I think Bill Haney's actually got more of an idea about boxing that Teofimo Lopez's senior's father has.
Yeah.
That guy doesn't know anything about boxing, bro. He doesn't know a thing about boxing. I personally think Teofimo Senior is detrimental to Teofimo's career, you know, and that's all I can say, man. I just don't think it's a good thing. Yeah, man. I just think it was a good win for Devin Haney. He stayed on the outside. He stayed quite compact. A lot of people are saying that he might get beat because he can't go on the inside and stuff. Yeah, okay. We all know that Devin Haney doesn't have a chin. He got rocked by Linares. He did get rocked by Linares. He's got rocked in four fights before that fight. So if you watch Devin Haney's career, there was 4 fights before that. Some Mexican guy cracked him. He got cracked. and he went like that. But
Mm,
listen,
mm.
it is what it is, and
Has Lomachenko have been dropped?
it's never been dropped. But I'm not really on the Lomachenko train, so
Yeah.
I'm not really the guy to discuss that with. I don't believe the 3-9-6-1. I personally think that one has come out of his ass. I don't really think that was a real thing, bro. So you
Yeah.
know, it is what it is, bro. I'm not 100%.
Okay.
Sorry,
So
I'll get rid of my camera, bro.
good
Get rid of
stuff.
my camera.
So let's bring in Jimmy. Jimmy, how do you do? Okay, Jimmy's muted. So I unmute him. I'll unmute Jimmy. Hold on. I'm trying to unmute him, but maybe he's trying to unmute himself. So I won't try to unmute him and he'll unmute himself. Hopefully. No, that's not working. So I'll try to unmute him myself now.
You should be back.
Unmute Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy's still muted. Let's try again.
You should be back.
What? 3, 2, 1. Unmute. No. 3, 2, 1. I try to unmute again.
You might have just clicked on and then clicked off. Might be working.
Can't unmute your guest. It just said, what was that? Sent me a message there. Can't unmute your guest because they chose to mute themselves. So I can't unmute you, Jimmy. I can't unmute you.
No, he's back. He's back.
Oh, he's unmuted. Jimmy.
Yeah, he's back. He's back.
Calm down, Pigeon. Calm down, Pigeon. Jimmy, how are you doing?
Salute, mate. How you guys doing?
Yeah, good, man.
Good, man.
Yeah, we good, bro.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, we can hear, bro.
Yeah, calm down, Pigeon. I'll come to you again in a second. Yeah. Jimmy.
Yeah, I was really I was impressed by Devin Haney's performance. You know, the slick jab, the footwork, the defense, the maturity. Stuck to a really good game plan. Got in. Got the win. Got out. I know a lot of people say he didn't take too many risks, but I feel like if you look at the circumstances, he was in a champion's backyard. They were having a lot of issues with, his father getting into the country, training camp. I feel like, fans, we should look at the whole situation. I think because of the situation he was in, it probably wasn't the best version of Devin. I think it was smart for him just to get in, get the win, get out. You can't always look great. Sometimes you just have to, kind of like Joshua with Ruiz, sometimes you just have to get in, get the win, get the belts, and then look good next time. So I thought it was a good win. I thought Haney's definitely improved. I liked his performance. He's the top dog. It's like he said, I've gone from email champion to top dog. He's got all the belts. Yeah, man. He's got a very bright future.
Okay. UCG Flame up in the building. Fight Doctor. Red Glove Iron Kong. Okay. So what's going on? It's
going to be difficult today, whatever conversation we have, to sort of put any sort of slant on Devin Haney, because it was an excellent performance what he did. Like, we all watched it. We all stayed up till 4 a.m. That was a class act, man. That was a class act. Listen, you don't just go there and just turn up in the middle of nowhere and do that. I really enjoyed it, and
Well, my observation of the whole thing. Got up at 4. Managed to get up on time. I got up on time and got up in there. Hold on a second. Okay, cool. Got up at 4. Got up on time. Looked like a pack house. What was supposed to be 40,000 people down there in Australia. Supposed to be partially funded.
Apparently, Jimmy knows more than me. He knows all about the funding.
Pigeon, let me talk.
Oh, sorry.
Please. Talk when it's your turn, my friend, if you don't mind. Okay. One at a time. Okay. So, apparently, Kambosos' purse was funded largely by the Victoria Council or whatever. I don't know how that works. Maybe bringing some tourism to Australia. I don't know how you get public funding for a boxer. I mean, why the hell is the public purse going to pay a boxer's fee? That's an interesting question itself. But whatever. Okay, that's what happened. Okay, fine. So Haney had to go down under. And then the rigmarole starts with his father. Oh, his father can't get in. Oh, your cut man can't get in. Your nan can't get in. What the hell's going on? It didn't look good at all. But Haney just said, listen, I'll go down there. I'll go down there and beat him. I know I've got the tools. I got the ability. I'm a better boxer than he is. You know, he may be the emperor, but I am Lord Devon. So Lord Devon went down under to meet the Emperor Kambosos. And Kambosos was talking a hell of a load of smack. A hell of a load of smack. You know, the weigh-ins is looking longer as if you look longer at the geezer, that means you're gonna win. I don't know where that foolishness emanated. I don't know where that foolishness come from. I'd have thought it's the opposite. The least longest you want to look at another man's ugly mug. I'd have thought that'd have been better. I thought that'd be more beneficial, but no. So we have the stare-off wars, and I must say it seemed like a role reversal when Kambosos was fighting Lopez. The Lopez side seemed to be the hostile ones. They were hostile.
Yeah.
They were ungracious. They didn't conduct themselves. They weren't moving like champions. Not at all. And we sided with what we felt was the more humble side. And the humble side was Kambosos. It was Kambosos. The Kambososes. And what's a turnaround? This time around, they seem like the most inhospitable hosts. They seemed as if they took pride in being objectionable. Highly objectionable. Weren't moving like champions at all. But yet the man was calling himself an emperor.
He was no emperor.
Well, you know the Raphie. You know the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. We've talked about the Hans Christian Andersen story of the Emperor's new clothes. Yeah, we've done that here. You've done that here, courtesy of Raphael Dawkins himself. We've told that story right here on the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio, but it seems like
that's true.
Seems like it didn't get down under. The word didn't get down under. And Kambosos. Yeah, it's working. I can hear Eric. Kambosos, come to you in a second. Kambosos fell foul of the story of the Emperor's new clothes.
I think those clothes were a bit too silky, bro. I think he got too much money from the Tiafimo fight, and then my opinion on him, yeah, man, he's too small. He's too small.
So anyway, as I'm telling the story.
Sorry. I'm gonna mute myself now.
Yeah, mute yourself. Thank you. Mute yourself. Mute. You haven't muted yet. Okay, good. Okay. So Kambosos fell prey to the tale of the Emperor's new clothes. He wasn't the Emperor at all. But let's talk about the fight. Okay, let me tell you what I saw. What I saw was a Devin Haney what I saw was a Kambosos who was looking to counterpunch. That was immediately apparent to me. Kambosos was looking to counter all night long. And that was his plan A, his plan B, his plan C, and his plan D. I almost forgot I almost forgot my alphabet. OMG. The Raphie almost forgot the alphabet. I had to go back to the beginning. OMG. Mute yourself, Pigeon.
All right, sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. The sound effects are cool. So that was Kambosos' game plan. A, B, C, D, carry on right on to Z. And Haney's game plan was also immediately apparent. He was going to jab. He was going to work behind the jab. And that he did. We could measure. We could measure him now. We could measure him now. He was against the champion. He was against the unified champion who beat Teofimo Lopez. And the jab was snappy and in the face of Kambosos. And even though he was successful on a couple of occasions, it was only a couple of occasions where he managed to do what he wanted to do, which was go over the jab with a right. That was the game plan. Go over the jab with a right.
No, you're right with that.
Yeah,
Ease up,
Pigeon. Ease up.
Yeah.
Just mute yourself, please. Okay. So,
sorry.
No problem. So that was the game plan. It's very clear, but Haney was just the jab was just too fast. It was just too crisp, and he thwarted. He neutralized. He neutralized the self-appointed emperor in the form of the Greek Australian Kambosos. Neutralized the fella. And another surprise. I'll give you another surprise. Tell you another surprise. Something that surprised me. Because I think that maybe some people may have felt that maybe Kambosos, being the road warrior, which he is, he might have a bit more dog in him. And I might have been one of them people. I might have been one of them people who thought Kambosos maybe might have had a thimbleful more of dog in him. And that would show on the inside. But surprise, surprise, mother.
Yo.
At the Haney. It was Haney who was the better grappler. It was Haney who was the better at maneuvering on the inside. Surprise, surprise, mother. That surprised me. And not only, he was slick with it. He was doing exactly what he wanted to do on the inside. He just pull his man, maneuver his man, get his back. I think one of the rounds, it was round 11. Kambosos was like just looking around. He knew he was behind him somewhere, but where is he? Where is he? Where? I know he's behind. I know you're there. You knew he was behind him. Where the hell is he? Haney was particularly his understanding of the inside grappling that I saw last night or Saturday night, or whenever it was impressive. It was impressive. I was impressed by Haney's inside grappling. Kambosos couldn't live with it. Surprise, surprise.
Have you spoken to Bill, Raphie?
Hold on a second. Hold on. I haven't finished my soliloquy.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I haven't finished my soliloquy.
I apologize.
Okay.
I'm sorry, bro.
It's okay. Okay. So it was a story of the jabber and the story of the would-be counterer. The guy looking to counter, but he couldn't counter because the jab was too snappy. And it was all up in all up in his face. All up in his face. Couldn't do nothing with it. What I would like to see from Haney, however, he did it a couple of times. I rewatched it. I rewatched most of it. I haven't got to, I think I'm at round 11 on the rewatch. I saw some jabs to the torso, to the belly, to the I saw a couple of jabs from Haney, which I hadn't noticed before, to the torso. And I'd like to see more of that. I suggested he do some hooks, but I like the jabs. He likes to keep it long. I understand. He likes to keep it long. But when they're coming for the clinch, before Haney maneuvers him, I say just put a little dig in. Put a little dig in and then maneuver him. Or put a little dig in as you maneuver.
Can I discuss?
We're gonna discuss in a second. Just for everybody to say the thing first, and then we can have the discussion.
Okay.
So yeah, going to the body. I'd like to see Haney do more of that. I think that would help him. There's a question mark on the power front. But I think if Haney does a little bit of work to the body, just a little bit each round, just a left hook, right hook, a straight jab to the body, a couple of them per round, and I think it would make the world of difference. I think he would help deflate his opponents because he's got some strong opponents lined up theoretically, hypothetically, when we look at the rankings. But my view on Haney's performance, it was a very, very, very impressive performance.
Yeah. It was excellent.
To get him to, well, I'm not going to say excellent, because if it was excellent, he'd put some body work in as well. There's certain things he could have done that he didn't do. So I'm not going to say excellent, but I'm going to say it was a very, very impressive performance. He did better than I thought he would be. I thought the margin would be closer, but as it was, I mean, there's an argument to say you could give Haney 11 rounds easily. I gave him the 12th round.
Yeah.
Other than that,
What would you give it? What would you give as a out of 10? What would you give out of 10 for that fight? What would you give out of 10?
For his performance, for Haney's performance?
Yeah.
I'd have to give him an 8.5.
Because he's been fighting at Gleason's gym. He's been doing that quite regularly. So
I'll give him an 8.5. I'll give him an 8.5. What would you give him, Pigeon, before we move on to?
I'd give him 9 for that.
Yeah.
I'd give him 9. Listen, that guy didn't do a damn thing. Listen, I didn't do it. Listen,
I think he did. I think Kambosos was dangerous in that fight, even though it's just the reason he may not have, the reason why he may not have looked dangerous is because Haney largely neutralized him. But don't make no mistake. Kept him on the end of the jab. Don't make no mistake. Kambosos ain't no punk. He might act like a punk. He might act like a punk, but he's
Kambosos is probably going to be a Hall of Famer.
I don't know about that. But he's a solid fighter. He's a solid fighter. Solid guy.
Listen,
and he came back and won the 12th round, as Haney admitted he eased off. But anyway, let's hear from ERF Boxes. Been keeping him waiting for a while. Eric, are you there, mate?
Yeah, what's up, Raph?
Yes.
You all right, Raph?
Yeah, man. Come with it, brother.
Come on, man. Be honest, bro.
No, to be honest with you, I know you said you gave George. I didn't even give him the 12. He doesn't get around for coming forward and trying. He still jabbed his head off in the last round, even though he was basically on his bike moving about. Kambosos didn't land anything. He doesn't get around me for trying. But he was dangerous for full fight just because of the counters, and he knew that. For the people who said that it was a boring fight, I don't know what they were watching, because for me it was a boxing lesson. It was a boxing masterclass on somebody who Kambosos is good, but he should, like I said, he's not on that level. He's not on that level. He was lost a lot of the time. He didn't know what to do, when to do it. The only shots he seemed to throw was just normal combinations. What he's used to quick twitch combinations, what he's used to, and he knew he was going to throw them. So for me, it was a 12-0. Haney won every round.
Yeah.
And also, George didn't try to change anything up, because every time he did, so what he did.
You know something, Eric? You're chopping in and out. You know, you're chopping in and out. That's like it's like we're missing words. We're missing words. We're missing words when you say the sentence. We're missing. I'm sure we're missing out some words. Is your connection? Is your connection good?
I can't hear too good.
Is your signal strength okay, Eric?
It might be my.
Yeah. Can't hear you at all now. How's your signal strength? Okay. ERF boxing is okay. You were muted now. You're not. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Well, just now I just heard you say, "Can you hear me now?" Yeah. How's your
Can you hear me,
signal?
Raph?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. How's your signal strength?
I can hear you, but
Yeah, you're chopping in and out,
moving
Eric.
quick.
You're chopping in and out, mate. You're in and then you're out, and then you're in and then you're out, mate. I think it's something. With your signal strength. Something with your signal strength.
I can't hear that. To be
ERF's time for a soliloquy. Yeah, we got half. We got a quarter of a soliloquy after ERF boxing. I think it's something to do with the signal. It's chopping in and out. Okay, let me go back. Talk. Say what you want to say, Pigeon. Say what you want to say.
Yeah, man. I just think Devin Haney's a slick outside fighter, mid-range. Like, listen, guys like George Groves couldn't do shit. People like AJ fighting on this, that, and doing all this sort of David Adam Booth thing. Listen, I got so much respect for Devin Haney because he's a good fighter, bro. Devin Haney's a good fighter, bro. And listen, if you're talking about elite level black boxers, you're going to be talking Devin Haney. I don't think nobody's going to be compared. Listen, Josh Taylor's going to avoid him and go up. Jose Ramirez or Regis Prograis? Yeah, they might have fought Ramirez. They might have fought Devin Haney before, but I think Devin Haney is a good fighter, and the fact that he speaks to me, the fact that Devin Haney even speaks to an idiot like me, I got a lot of respect for that. I wouldn't speak to me, to be fair.
Gotta respect that.
You know.
What we're looking at in the chat, what's that there? I don't want to see a rematch. I don't want to see a rematch.
Yeah, I love Devin Haney to bits, you know.
The rematch question. Well, as a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat, we might as well go there.
It might be the camera.
No,
Hello?
no, ease up, relax. Let's share.
I think it was the last guy that was in his wrecked the stream.
Eric has not wrecked the stream.
Because
let's bring this down.
My reception's massive on here. It's like 100 megabytes.
Oh, good man.
I got 100 megabytes here in the center of Birmingham. My reception, I think the only people that can hear me is me.
Yeah, that's cool.
I got 100 megabytes per second here, bro. So
wicked.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So on your screen right about now, we're looking at. Hold on, where's that? Yeah, we're looking at the rankings. We're looking at the rankings for the lightweight rankings. On your left is the Ring Magazine rankings. On your right, the WBO. So I think we got to do a poll. First of all, let's have a look at who's in the rankings. Starting on the left with your Ring Magazine, you got Teofimo Lopez, you got Lomachenko, you got Devin Haney, 3. Okay. You got Davis, Garcia, Cruz, Diaz, Colmate, Fortuna, who's 10, and Zepeda. We know. Let's have a look on the other side. We know. What do we know? Oh, we know that there's a rematch. There's a rematch written into the contract where Kambosos gets his shot, gets a shot to redeem his performance. But the question is, Are his paymasters going to go for the rematch? How's that going to work out? And so we have to look. We have to look at who are in the rankings. Oh no. Let me go
You think Ryan Garcia's gonna come maybe fight?
Well,
Ryan
I think
Garcia.
he's got a fight lined up. Let's go back into the chat and then I'll write up the what's this? Kambosos got punked. Punked. I think you mean punked.
Well, maybe. I wouldn't be too nasty about it, but yeah.
Could be punked. And in comes the Big Boys Boxing. Big Boys Boxing, how you doing?
I'm good, boys. How you all doing?
Good.
We're good, bro.
Good.
Awesome.
Good
to hear.
Talk to me. Talk to me, Big Boys Boxing. Talk to me about the Devin Haney fight.
Yeah, I gave George Kambosos the second round. I thought that was close. That's the only round I can give him.
Wow.
I don't mind the one judge's score of 118, 110. That's not too far off. I think maybe round 4 was a little close, but I didn't think George did enough to win it. But 116, 112 from those other two judges, that's dirty, man. How much money did those guys make?
That's too much. I was very generous to Kambosos. I left the room a couple of times. Which rounds did I give him? Where Kambosos Haney. Which rounds did I give Kambosos? I gave Kambosos the 4th round. I was in and out of the room, so I didn't see the whole of the round. I thought, let me give that to Kambosos. And what else? I gave him the 12th round. Gave him the 12th round as well. 4th and the 12th.
He did try a little harder in the 12th, didn't he?
Yeah.
But, throughout the fight, there was a couple of times where George landed a good shot in the round and the crowd made their noise as they do.
Yeah.
But the rest of the round, he was eating a jab like Weet-Bix all night, so you can't win a round off one shot unless you put a guy on his wallet.
Yeah. Exactly. I agree. What do you think about the tactics?
I think George had the wrong game plan. He needed to be more assertive. Strictly counterpunching against a guy with a longer reach, superior jab, superior foot movement is never going to win him a fight. It was never going to win him that fight. And when he did throw a counter shot and land, he needed to keep going with combinations. He just expected he might be able to throw one shot and get Haney out of there. I think maybe they suckered themselves into believing that Haney's chin wasn't well, how do I put it? I know he does have a little bit of a suspect chin. We've seen him hurt a couple of times, but I don't think George Kambosos hits like that. I don't think he even hits as hard as Jorge Linares. So,
yeah.
I think Linares doesn't have a great chin and whatnot, but looking at punching power, I think Linares hits harder than Kambosos, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that as a possibility for sure. And what do you think of Devin Haney's performance, his game plan, his execution?
Perfect. Clinic. He put on a clinic. He didn't have to take any more risks than he had to. I mean, this is an undisputed fight. There's no point in trying to look spectacular, take extra risks if you don't have to. That's exactly what Teofimo did. He underestimated his opponent, came forward, thought he was going to get him out of there, and paid the price, didn't he? So, very smart from Devin Haney, and big credit to the man. Now, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world.
Yeah. It was good. It was good. It was really good.
Yes. Okay. So we have to then ask the question. Well, what? Let's go with Pigeon. I mean, my view is, I'll start first, then Pigeon. My view is that. Okay, so the question is, who do you think he's most likely to face next? That's the question. And why am I behind time? Let me look at the screen. Okay. I was looking at YouTube and I was not in sync at all. Quite disturbing. Okay, so my view is that he's got a contract with Kambosos. The Paymasters. We're looking at Top Rank, Bob Arum.
Yeah.
Lou DeBilla is okay. He had Kambosos. He's got Kambosos. He's promoting Kambosos, but he can't do it by himself.
Yeah.
So that's why I went to Top Rank. I think people are talking about Tank. Javante
What do you
Davis.
think? What do you think?
Hold on, Pigeon, please. You're next.
Sorry.
So people are talking about Tank being next, but I mean, Kambosos is under Lou Duva.
Yeah.
Al Heyman won't work with Lou Duva, but that's not a problem now because Devin Haney's the champion. Devin Haney is under Top Rank. Bob Arum.
That's it.
I think it's more likely that the possibility is more likely that Heyman would work with Arum. More likely than him working with Lou Duva. So that's a possibility.
Maybe.
That's a
Maybe
possibility.
Hold on, you're right.
I'm coming to you, Pigeon, next. So
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Hold on, Pigeon.
Sorry.
So the Kambosos fight, that's contractual, but it's a question mark now about whether the Victoria, the government, the Council of Victoria are going to stump up again for Kambosos in the rematch. There's a question mark now because people saw him get thoroughly beaten. So which direction, who goes next? He might step aside. I don't know. Who goes next? Pigeon, your hypothesis on who Devin Haney fights next.
Yeah, man, you're going to get the methodology, the full hypothesis, the old 101, all coming out to you, G. All, bro. What the fuck, bro? You know what I mean? Listen, this motherfucker's trying to catch me in the corner like a bitch, bro. But listen, bro, I'm listening to you, bro. Listen, I got my pillow, bro. Listen, well, what you want to know, bro? What you want to know about
the question is, who do you think Haney's going to fight next, mate?
Listen, I think Haney, the world's his oyster. You've spoken to Bill Haney. I've spoken to Bill Haney. We're both friends with him. He's been on a lot of channels where we've all been on. We've been doing this YouTube thing for so many years, and I've sort of stopped trolling now because actually it's pointless. I'm nearly 50 years old. I just think Devin Haney's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. This guy can do everything. Listen.
Who do you think he's going to fight next?
He's going to go to 140 next. I've spoke to Bill about all this. So, do you want to know who his next fight is at 140? Shall I tell you?
His next fight, full stop. Who do you think his next fight is going to be?
Mario Barrios is his next fight at 140, bro. He's going to vacate the belts and step up.
Okay. Lisa Bale says Bob Arum definitely wants the Loma fight next. That's a good point. I forgot about Loma. Bob Arum has mentioned Loma on several occasions. Post.
I love Bill Haney to bits, though, Raphie. I love Bill Haney to bits.
Let me finish what I'm saying, my friend, please.
Sorry, I'll put myself on that. Sorry. But I love Bill Haney, bro.
Post the Devin Haney win. Bob Arum has mentioned Lomachenko as being a potential next fight for Devin Haney on several occasions. So thanks for reminding me about that, Lisa.
Lomachenko. What? The Kami guy. The Kami guy. Listen, Lomachenko. What? No. Too old. Ain't going to be able to beat Devin Haney on the back foot. Lomachenko's going to get rinsed in that fight. If you want to know what's going to happen with the Lomachenko-Devin Haney fight, You speak to me about that fight. And that fight will go the distance if Loma's lucky, and then I will mute you. I'll mute you, bro.
Big boys boxing.
There you go.
Welcome to the Twilight Zone.
Welcome to the real zone.
Welcome
to the real zone.
Welcome to the Twilight Zone. I don't know what you're on, Pigeon, but I wouldn't mind a thimbleful of that homemade. Well, no, hopefully it's not homemade. Hopefully it's made in a conventional distillery. But big boys boxing. Big boys boxing. Who do you think? Not Loma. Who do you think Devin Haney fights next?
I think the Australian government will come through and get that fight over there again. Unfortunately, it's not a fight I want to see again. It's not a fight many people want to see again, but Lou DiBella is going to want that money, and so is George Kambosos. So they'll be pushing their best to get that rematch. But the fight I'd like to see next would be Regis Prograis, but
yeah,
that's up at 140, isn't it? So I don't know if he's going to go up there just yet. I think he might stick around to try and maybe get a Ryan Garcia fight and use that social media money to get a good payday before he goes up. Ryan Garcia is on the zone as well, isn't he? So
yeah.
It's not too hard a fight to make. I don't know, maybe. Well, yeah, that's probably the most likely fight.
Well, he's under Bob now, isn't he? He's under Bob for his next 3 fights.
Not really?
Yeah, he's under Bob. He's under Bob, top rank for the next 3 fights.
Well, in that case, Bob's going to have to hope that the war in Ukraine finishes up so Vasyl Lomachenko can get that fight. And I imagine that'll be a 2-fight deal.
Yeah.
So I think Lomachenko is probably the most likely to be able to beat Haney at 135, to be honest.
Nah, no way, bro. Lomachenko ain't doing nothing against Haney at 135. Nothing.
Why? Because he's old.
Yeah. He's about 78 years old, so he ain't doing nothing against Haney.
Have another sip of that homebrew, bro, because Lomachenko hasn't shown any signs of slowing down.
Listen, the Mr. Pigeon has got the last 15 of the last 16 fights right. I get everything right. Everything right. So, you're speaking to the Indian.
Who did you pick?
You're speaking to like the legend of. You're speaking to the legend of predictions. You think Lomachenko? No way!
Did you?
You think Lomachenko is gonna beat Devin Haney? You're on drugs, bro.
That's not what I said. Are you drinking too much there, Pigeon? What I said is Lomachenko is the most likely be able to beat him.
No,
mute yourself, Pigeon.
You are right. I am drinking too much. I am drinking too much.
Pigeon, just mute yourself, mate.
I'm sorry about it.
Okay, I done it for you. Okay. Okay. Good man. You're on mute now. There we go. Marveloso. Okay. Just finish off what you're saying there. Big Boys Boxing. Finish off what you're just saying there.
No. At 135, I think Lomachenko is the most likely to be able to beat Devin Haney. I don't see anybody else being able to touch him at 135. Tio's gone up. Josh Taylor's gone up. So
what about Tank?
Tank ain't fighting nobody. He's on PBC Isolation Island. He's going nowhere. He's going to keep fighting these people who aren't relevant and try and hang on to his plastic WBA belt.
Well, a lot of people are talking about Tank being next. Do you think that what's his name? Whoever is in charge over there,
Leonard
Ellaby, Al Heyman.
Ellaby.
Yeah, okay, all right. Thanks, Pigeon. Do you think Leonard Ellaby would stamp that? Al Heyman, whoever it is.
Well, Haney would have to go over to PBC and do it on their platform, but he's contracted with
top rank.
Top rank for 2 more fights, isn't he? So it can't be next for me.
Yeah.
Leonard Ellaby ain't gonna let Tank go anywhere.
Yeah. So you think Kambosos is next?
I think it will. I think it will happen. Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the
Things
tank
are-
contract's already been signed, so the tank contract with TMT, it's already done, man. He's back with Floyd for 7 more flights, so
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm disregarding Tank. He ain't gonna be fighting
Yeah.
nobody.
Yeah. Okay. In comes our man in the Caribbean. It is mute yourself, Pigeon.
What's up?
It is the Iron Come. Iron Come. Come true.
Hey, not much, I ain't got no soliloquies or nothing like that. I just come to join the carnage. You know what I'm saying? Because, let me tell you something. This stream is in full flight right now. I mean,
We're flying at altitudes
I'll tell
hitherto
you.
unknown.
Oh man, right now this stream is in full effect. What up, Pigeon? What going on, Chief?
Pigeon, I don't know what kind of homebrew. I don't know what kind of homebrew Pigeon's on, but that thing, that I don't know what 100,000 proof stuff he's on. But
Hey,
anyway,
yo,
Methadone.
what's up, big boys? How you doing, man? Hey, not much to say. Where y'all on? Devin Haney still? I'm glad he beat George Kambosos because I don't know. I was saying in the chat that it looks like after Kambosos beat Teofimo, whatever symbiote that Teofimo had just transferred to him and made him a complete idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was acting like a complete backside for the whole build-up. Like his whole demeanor changed like one day after he beat Teofimo.
Crazy.
And it's like, it's one thing to try to sell the fight, and it's something else to be arrogant and disrespectful. And he was arrogant and disrespectful. And he got schooled for it. I don't want to hear nothing about Devin Haney was born and all that. Look here, man. It was George Kambosos' job to nullify what Devin Haney was doing. Devin Haney found something that was working. He stuck with it. Your job is to make me stop. And he couldn't do that. So he was like, oh,
The
okay.
reason he couldn't,
No problem.
the
Easy
reason he
pigeon,
couldn't.
easy pigeon, please. Just wait.
Can I say? Can I have one say at least? Can I have one say at least?
All right.
The reason Devin Haney controlled him because that guy didn't have the ability to fight on the back foot. Devin Haney's whole thing was based in Mexico, so he's fighting guys that were attacking him, so he had to do them from distance. The reason why George Kambosos couldn't do anything in that fight, he didn't have the ability to negate that, and that is what it is, bro. He didn't have the skills, and I don't think he will do in the rematch as well. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I need to say that.
That's all right. That's cool. Thanks. Thank you. Iron Kong, as you were saying.
My turn again?
Yeah. Well, you hadn't finished. So
I'll wrap up now. That's all I have to say. Not much to say. I'm glad Devin Haney beat George Kambosos. Who's next for Devin Haney? I don't know. But I hate the fact that Bob Arum now wants to push up Lomachenko after he is the one that him and Lomachenko's team requested that franchise belt and ducked out of the Haney mandatory. And he kept Lomachenko away from Devin Haney for all them years or whatever. So now he wants to push up Lomachenko to fight Devin Haney for the undisputed championship. When he was the one who could have had the Devin Haney fight before, but he didn't want to. He kept him away, and now all of a sudden it suits him and whatever. But this is boxing, and this is why American boxing sometimes lets people down because of these things. Haney and Lomachenko could have fought a long time ago, but it didn't suit him then, but it suit him now. But that's how it goes, you know? Yeah.
that's how it goes. Isaac Cruz versus Haney. Definitely a possibility. if the Kambosos rematch doesn't get rubber stamped. But then is Isaac Cruz a bigger draw than Kambosos? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Isn't he also signed to TMT now? As a Cruz?
Is he? Is he? I don't know. He may be. He may be. Potent stuff. Yeah. So it's up in the air. A lot of people are talking about Tank, but my view is very similar to Big Boys Boxing. I don't see PBC letting him out to fight Haney. Or does he feel as if he would win? Maybe if he feels as if he'd win, he'd take the fight. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think they'll let him fight him because, they've got their TV deal. They need a certain amount of champions. They need a certain amount of championship fights, theoretically. They want to keep Tank a champion.
Can I touch on that?
Yeah.
Yo, let's keep it real. Tank is actually a 126 fighter. He's just too lazy to make weight. He's a little dude at 135. Compared to Devin Haney, he's going to get his ears boxed off if he ever steps in the ring with Haney with that massive reach disadvantage. So, yeah, you got to keep it real with thinking about that fight.
Iron Kong, EV Tank.
I mean, I don't rate Tank. So, I mean, he all right, but he's not what I don't seem to be what everybody say he is.
Yeah.
Every time I've seen Tank, I watch him fight Leo Santa Cruz. He was getting outboxed. He always gets off the one shot. He has a lot of power. I give him that. But we've seen this play out before with Wilder, where you keep fighting these people and you keep catching them with the one shot, and then your actual boxing skill atrophies. You don't do no combinations. You don't do none of that because you keep looking for the one shot until you meet somebody where it doesn't work on them. And that's my fear for Tank, that they keep feeding in these people, and it's not helping him in his career, right? So, I mean, just like even before this fight, I had Haney over Tank. So I got Haney over Tank.
Okay. So the poll is now up in the chat. And the question reads, who does Haney fight? Should have put next. Can't edit it. Can you edit this? No, you can't edit it. Okay, it is what it is. It should read, who does Haney fight next? I think you will know that though. So it's Tank, Isaac Cruz, Pitbull, or Kambosos. Audacious Kambosos. Okay. So I think we've done that. I don't know if there's anything else. Is there anything else I want to add to this? Yeah. I think I said it best on Kong's Live. When was that? Sunday? Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. I'll check that out. I think I said it best over there. I'd like to see Haney raise his right hand up about 3 inches. He keeps it under his chin. I want to see it closer to the cheekbone. That's one thing. I understand his technique. I understand he wants to keep it long. I suggested hooks to the body yesterday, but I watched the fight again today, and I've rethought my position. Just jabs to the body. Vary the jab from upstairs to downstairs. He did it. I saw him do it on one occasion during the fight. Probably did it more than one occasion, but do that more. I understand his style. He likes to keep it long. Hooks are close. Okay, so if you don't want the hooks to the body, go with a straight jab or a straight right to the body. Straight right to the body. How about that? Jab to the body, right to the body. How about that? That's still in keeping with his style. So if you don't want to go hooks to the body, go straight to the body. Straight right, straight left, straight jab. That's another thing I want to see him change. So that's 2 things. I want to see him keep his right hand higher and I want to see him drop the jab down to the body sometime and go straight down to the body. Invest in the body. I want to see Devin Haney invest in the body just a little bit more. Not massively more, just a little bit more. And I think, you know what they say, going to the body will pay dividends in the long run. In the latter part of the fight, people are talking about, hey, how much mustard has he got on his shot? Well, hey, work the body, and that'll automatically put more mustard on your shot. When you see your man wilting from the body shots, that'll put a little bit of zip in you. That'll put another pep in your step. Another pep in your step. So let's finish off on that one. Big Boys Boxing. You want to see Haney change anything? And if so, what?
Fairly happy with the style, but I would like to see him pick an opportunity to plant his back foot and throw the right hand, turn his knuckles over a little bit more, step into a bit more of a shot. You know, a lot of people criticize him for not having a lot of power. I think his body type and his size, he could have more power if he wanted to. Yeah. And it could possibly up his profile. He might be able to knock guys down a little more often. It's obviously going to open them up for a little bit more risk of being countered, but that's what I mean by pick his opportunities to do it. Not saying do it all the time. Those spots where he steps around and gets off the ropes and he seems to just wanting to get away, he could surprise an opponent by just making the angle, stepping around, and then stepping into a shot.
Lomachenko does that all the time.
Exactly.
He should do it.
Yeah.
He should do that. I've seen a knockout in MMA, admittedly, but when a guy just spun around and the other guy thought they'd disengage, what does he do? Bam!
Yeah, exactly.
With a right, and it knocked the guy out. Splattered
Surprise!
his nose. Surprise, mother! Splattered his nose all over his face. That twist and shot, Lomachenko does it. Wasted opportunity. Wasted opportunities right there. Big Boys Boxing. Good point.
Indeed. But no, I'm fairly happy with how he's going. I think he's going to have to do more of what I just spoke about if he moves up to 140 to get a bit more respect, because those guys hit a little harder up there.
Yeah. Yes. Yan Kong, do you want to see Devin Haney change anything? And if so, what?
No, I agree with you. The body work, he should. But then I think if Kambosos fought a different fight, he would have been forced to do different things. But since it was working for him, it was working for him. So Kambosos really didn't force him to do anything different. But yeah, I agree. Work the body a little bit more.
Yeah.
So yeah. And sometimes commit more to the overhand right. You have a lot of reach and come over with it. But again, maybe Kambosos just didn't need all that. He just kept it bread and butter.
Yeah.
Jabby face all night.
Yeah.
And that was about it. Yeah.
That makes sense. You're on foreign ground. You're on foreign soil. They didn't want to let your people in. Dad let you that in a few hours before the fight, 48 hours, 36 hours, something like that. So, the cards were against him, but he was confident in himself. He said, "Listen, I'll tell you whatever they put on the table." And that's a guy who was extremely confident, and turns out with justification. Donovan Williams up in the building. He could have stepped on the gas a bit mid to late rounds, but I think people are going overboard with the boring shout. Was it a boring fight? Big Boys Boxing.
It was a boring fight if you don't know what you're looking at. Put it that way. I enjoyed it. I mean, it did get a little kind of monotonous towards the end of the fight because the same thing was happening over and over and over. But this is boxing. If the guy's winning like that and he doesn't have to do anything else, and like I said earlier, it was the undisputed fight in foreign territory. So very smart from Devin Haney. I appreciate the skill from the man, and congratulations to him.
Yes. Hong Kong, was it a boring fight?
Sorry. It was boring if you're a George Kambosos fan and you were pissed off that your fighter looked like looked like absolute garbage inside there. It was boring if but hey, look, I'm gonna keep it real. Not everybody likes the pure boxer style. and I get it. This is why you find people like that guy from England, Lerone Richards. People not gonna want to fight him because he's a pure boxer.
Yeah.
Just pure boxer, defense, hit and move, all that. He's the epitome of boxing, and that's what Devin Haney is. He's not gonna fight with you. He's not gonna struggle with you. He gonna safety first, cautious. Even though I must say the fight with Linares was a boxer's fight, but it was a more exciting fight because Linares was more aggressive.
Yeah.
But if they can get you into a situation where you're struggling to get past the most basic stuff like the jab and whatever, you're in trouble. It wasn't boring to me, but maybe because I wanted Kambosos to be embarrassed. Maybe that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't boring to me. I didn't mind because of the stakes of the event, because I wanted to see Devin Haney do it. But it was fine to me. But not everybody's gonna like the pure boxer style, and I understand that.
For real. For real. Did you see? Staying with you, Iron Kong. Did you see the Joe Cordina fight?
Oh, yes. There's not much to say on the fight because it was only 2 rounds, but that was a clean knockout as you could have, as clean a knockout as you could have. Just completely shut off his lights. It was wonderful. It was great.
It was. Big Boys Boxing. Did you see that fight, the Joe Cordina fight?
Oh yeah, that was a goodie. I thoroughly enjoyed that shot. Prior to the fight, everyone talking throughout the week that Ogawa's the puncher, that right hand's going to be an issue. Joe Cordina's going to get found out. The first round was quite tight. They were feeling each other out. I gave it to Ogawa, but that punch with that feint to the body and over the top with the right, it was perfectly set up, man. Made Ogawa look down, looking for that body shot, and didn't even see that overhand right come over the top. And that clock was cleaned, man. No more ticking out of that mofo. Well done, Joe Cordina.
For real. Where are we? Hold on a second. Un momento, mami, slow your tempo. Let's not risk nothing. Let's just get to the, I think that was it. Oh Lord, that was swift. Okay, let's have a look at it. Let's clear the screen. What are my options here? I've forgotten. What are the options here? Okay, let's do it that way. Let's see for anyone who didn't have the pleasure of seeing the knockout. Let's do this Shiznik. It is well worth seeing. Okay, it's Cordina against Ogawa, and this is how it ended. OMG. Don't get much cleaner than that. And you saw the setup. Right there. Fake to the body. And kapow. OMG. Let me just see the footwork there. Okay, wow. Seems like he just put all the weight on his back foot. So it appears. Let's have a look. Transferred it totally to the front. Okay, that might not be how they show you to do it in a textbook, but the result is there to be seen. OMG. Let's come out of that. Let's get the screen right again. Okay, so that was the Ogawa knockout. Hell of a knockout. Big Boys Boxing. Hell of a knockout.
Oh yeah, it was nice, all right. And it's apparently a punch he's been practicing for the last couple of camps. I can't remember his coach's name; it keeps eluding me. he's been with him for a little while now, and it seems to be taking effect. But yeah, what did he call it? The Roberto Duran punch is what he's calling it.
Right.
Yeah, landed it perfectly. It was awesome. He's a champion now, so we're going to see Joe Cordina in some good fights in the future.
Yeah.
Let's see how he goes. If he can continue this, he's going to be a star.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, they're talking about Shakur Stevenson tweeted Joe Cordina and says, "Yeah, nice fight, man. Me and you should get together. And Joe Cordina responded, "Yeah, well, yeah, that's very interesting. That's a very interesting fight. I don't know if Joe wants Shakur next. Iron Kong."
No, he should leave that alone for now. Go fight your mandatory and then go fight Zelfa. And try and get the WBA champ, and then you can fight, try and get Eddie to offer Shakur something big to come over. You know what I mean? Because Shakur said he wants to come over, but and then I think it was Mannix who said a top rank employee said Shakur would go to England tomorrow to fight Cordina. So the race might be on to fight the WBA champ and see, if they could have a little leverage.
Yeah.
But I think Shakur is on a different level. He can fight. I didn't believe in him before.
No.
But the kid can really fight. And Cardina, you cool and all that, but I got Shakur.
Yes. What do you think of that fight, Big Boys Boxing, and who you got?
I think it's a bit soon for Cordina as well. Shakur's levels above everybody at 130, man. But yeah, like Kong was saying, I think it's going to be a race to fight Roger Gutierrez for these two guys. Who else is there? Shakur Stevenson's got the 2 belts, hasn't he? So
yeah.
I think that Zelfa Barrett fight's a good fight for Joe Cordina for sure.
You're saying stay away from Shakur?
Just for now. I think he needs a few more fights under his belts to try and get a bit more experience, face a few more styles, try and face someone with some similar footwork and speed to Shakur Stevenson, because he's going to be a star, that boy, that's for sure. I'm so glad he got away from was it TMT?
TMT.
So glad he got away from there. So his career is going to fly forward now, I think. So
flourish. Gonna flourish like Kong. I wasn't a believer at first. He seemed a little bit mamby-pamby for me. To be honest with you, I questioned his bottle, as we say over here in the UK. I questioned his bottle. It looked like it was but things changed. Things changed. He showed his grit. He showed his grit. He showed me what level he was on when he beat the American Marine, just retired the other day. When he beat the Marine, what's his name? What's the Marine's name? Let me try and find him. Okay, should be relatively quicker than I expected. Boom. Jamel Herring. He went 12 rounds against Nakatilia. People questioned him, and then Nakatilia made mincemeat of Miguel Burchelt, and then people had to review their opinion on Shakur's performance. So, then he fought Jamel Herring, the Marine, and really took care of him as I expected him to. But he showed me some levels there. And then with the Oscar Valdez fight, he showed me some levels again. But it was with the Herring fight when I became a believer, when I saw the grit. I saw the grit. Big Boys Boxing, yeah. Oh, Big Boys Boxing. I thought you wanted to say something right there. No.
Oh yeah, sorry, man. I muted myself. Guys, just keep an eye on that Nicotelia guy because Shakur Stevenson said so himself. He felt the power of that boy, and that's why he fought a bit more defensive, making sure he wanted to get that win. That dude can punch, man. So
I agree. Nicotelia, he made mincemeat of Burchelt, who's a tough Mexican, I believe. Where's Burchelt? Yeah, Mexican, tough Mexican. Nicotelia took him apart. Dangerous fellow from Namibia. He's a cop. You wouldn't want to get too fresh with Nicotelia when he's trying to arrest you. Just pop. You know, put you back, bring you back to your senses. Not that I'm advocating violence at all. Okay, like, subscribe, and share. Okay, and of course tomorrow, crazy time for us. It's going to be on in the morning, like about 11 a.m. in the morning. It's crazy. The Raphie's working from home, so who's to say that the Raphie won't be able to watch that?
Raphie,
yo,
how have you allowed big boys to come here and not give an explanation for Junior Fa?
Well, Junior
I've been waiting. I've been waiting to get hit up about it.
No, we got you do that after Dane.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, okay.
After Dane and Inoue, because I
We're
don't
not gonna have this.
No. We need the inside information from New Zealand. But first, we got to talk about Inoue Donaire 2. How do you feel about that one, Yan Kong?
I like it.
Yeah.
I love the first fight. 1 second.
No problem. Big Boys Boxing. Inoue Donaire 2. The first one was a classic. How do you feel about this one?
It's gonna be another great fight for sure. I think age is going to be the factor for Donaire this time around. I think Inoue is going to get to him later on in the fight, but you never know. In those first 6 rounds, there could be something that the monster can land. They call him a monster for a reason. He might be 39 years old now, and at those low weights, that's pretty old for the lower. The speed and the reactions are a bit slower. But well, everybody said after that first fight that okay, maybe Donaire's past it now, but he come back and had some good ones after that as well. So you just never know.
You never know what's going to happen. Yeah, the first one was a classic, Kong. How did you see the second one going?
Hey, I don't see it no different, man. I mean, Nonito Donaire, he gotta be about 80 years old right now. Just big respect to him fighting a very, very, very dangerous person in Inoue. And I'm looking forward to the fight. I don't know how I'm going to see it. When's the fight? Tomorrow?
Yeah. It's a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. over here. You're 5 hours earlier. So what's that? 5 a.m. for you in the morning?
Well, I guess I won't be able to see it then because I'll be asleep. Anyway, but I expect a good fight. I'll watch the replay of it somewhere and then I'll enjoy it because I really enjoyed the first fight. Donaire caught him a couple of times. Inoue caught him. Listen, man, it's gonna be another classic. That's the only way I could see it.
Yes. And what's that look I'm looking for? How do I feel it's gonna go? My feelings. I think Donaire, the older guy, most likely, if you're using common sense, he's going to be further away from his peak game than he was when they last fought. What was that, a year ago, 2 years ago, 18 months, something like that? So I think Inoue wins. The only question on my mind is, does he stop Donaire in the later rounds? The Raphie is going for a 9th round stoppage, very specific 9th round stoppage in favor of Inoue.
I've got 11.
Damn. Okay. So it's on tracks. It's on wax. It's on wax. Yeah. What's that there? Okay. Nice. Okay. So, and of course, we could not leave you without. I'm trying to line this damn thing up. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Dang, right in front of me. Incredible. Okay, we could not leave you without talking about one of the most surprising results of the weekend. Can I show this? Let's have a look. Let's make sure that everything is correct and set. And let me share this with you. Is it moving? Why is it not moving? Oh, okay. Maybe it's frozen frame. Let's get it showing. Boom. Okay.
You're going to show us that fresh fish on the deck of the boat.
OMG. I think I need to. Oh, there it is. No,
Here it comes.
I think it's gone even too slow. Let me put that at that speed because I slowed it down already. I don't even know if this damn thing's moving. Okay. Moving on.
It was really quite delayed, his reaction.
It was. I think I'm missing the punch.
But there's the fish on the deck.
Yeah. Boom. There it was. It was at the side of the head. As I saw it, that looked like the side of the head to me. But there has been an appeal. An appeal has been lodged by Junior Far's team, saying that the second punch. Well, I haven't even read it. I've just read that there's been an appeal. I'm assuming that what they're saying is that the second punch was clearly and decidedly at the back of the head.
I'm claiming both of them as unintentional fouls.
Oh, claiming the first one as well.
Yeah, crazy.
I couldn't agree with the first one. To me, it looked like the side of the head. That's perfectly legal. So I don't know why they did that. They just muddied the waters for themselves. The second shot was decidedly to the back of the head. I'm satisfied it was to the back of the head. That was not intentional foul. Yes, but the first one, no. The one that did this damage here was a legal blow to the side of the head, and it left Junior Far just totally 100% out of it. In terms of effect, the effect on the recipient, this is going to be one of the most brutal knockouts I have ever seen in terms of the effect on the recipient.
Yeah, man. That was a great shot from Lucas Brown, and realistically, I haven't heard anybody say that Junior should have been able to continue after standing up and wobbling around and looking like he didn't know where he was when the referee was trying to look into his eyes. Here we go. We'll see it there. But see, stumbling around there. He doesn't know where he is.
No.
Oh, look, there's a referee. He turns and looks. So he shouldn't have been allowed to continue. That second one, I think it was behind the back of the head, but I think it's also got some mitigation factors in there. Junior was trying to bob out of the way of it. So he effectively made it land behind the side of the head, behind the head, whereas it would have landed in the same spot if he hadn't tried to move out of the way.
Yeah.
So there's no grounds for an appeal, I don't think. Junior's, he got done by an old washed up bouncer.
Australian.
An Australian, that makes it worse. Yeah.
I'll say it for you.
Yeah. Bloody dingoes.
Where is it coming now? Boom. That's the one. To the back.
Yeah, here it comes. Watch him dip to his right to get out of the way.
You're watching this on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I am.
So you're behind.
I'll
You're
watch it
watching on
There we
YouTube.
go. We got on that line now.
Yeah. And down he goes. The Iron Kong. Talk to me.
Tell you something, man. That ref don't like Junior Fa. He got beef with Junior Fa somehow. Maybe he went to Junior Fa restaurant and Junior didn't, I don't know, solve him promptly or something. I don't know why it was. Look at that. The man looked like he was being tased. Yeah, not only first time he got tased by some scummy cop somewhere. I mean,
who would have thought Homer Simpson could punch like that?
I'm telling you. So that was terrible, man. That was a really. I was telling Big Boys on his stream that it looked like when Callum Smith knocked out Lennon Castillo and he had him shaking on the ground. Right? That shit was scary. Yeah, but Junior Fa has to figure out what he wants to do with his career. I know Big Boy said he has a couple things that might be keeping him from doing boxing full time, but you can't do this part time.
No,
you're in the heavyweight division, and these people are not playing with you.
No,
you know what I mean. So you cannot do this part time. It's either you wash bottles full time or you box full time. It's gonna be rough, but you're gonna have to make a choice.
Amen.
100%. And hold on, let me stop that playing. Let me stop that somewhere. Okay, let's pause.
Did you see that link in the private chat there, Cole? Put that for you.
Yeah, I got that.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Sweet as a nut. Okay. And that is everything on the thumbnail. We got Devin Haney Schools, Kambosos. We got Inoue versus Donaire. That's taking place at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, UK time. We got the Joe Cordina victory. And we have the final piece on the thumbnail was Junior Fa. What do I say about it? Wow, that was a shock. That was very surprising. I don't think many people called that. Many people expected that. But hey, that's heavyweight boxing. Final words. We've reached the 1 hour, 30-minute mark. Actually, we're well in overtime. Final words from the Iron Kong. Your final words, please, sir.
Yeah, I really just came on to join this debacle of a discussion. I want to say shout out to the pigeon.
Pigeon, where are you?
I don't know what was in that glass. It was a clear liquid. I'm going to assume it was water. I'm going to assume it was good old H2O. I don't know the brands of water y'all have in England, but I'm going to just assume it's water.
That's some different level. That's some different level of water. But that was the Iron Kong 126.
Peace, Raphie. Peace, Big Boy.
Man in the Caribbean. And Big Boys Boxing. Kind of you to join me tonight. Your final words, please. He's got his own channel, Big Boys Boxing. Your final words, please.
Thanks for having me, Raphie. Always a pleasure. Shout out to the pigeon. At least he's trying to keep himself under control these days. It's quite entertaining. Shout out to Kong as well. Everyone in the chat. And a big shout out to my boy Hemi the Heat Ahio. Also got his first round stoppage against Christian Soy on that Kambosos v Haney card. Moves to 19-0, and he's also the Middle Eastern heavyweight champion of the world, WBC. So keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, I missed that one. That flew under my radar. But that was the Big Boys Boxing. Much appreciation goes out to the Big Boys Boxing. He's got his own channel. For sure, check him out. Okay. And then there was one. Let's have a look. Oh, damn. Let's finish the poll. Let's close the poll. Okay. The poll was, who does Devin Haney fight next? 17% of respondents said Isaac the Pitbull Cruz. 17%, 22% said Javonta Tank Davis. Davis. And a whopping 61% of respondents said that they expect it to be Kambosos, Devin Haney versus Kambosos 2. Okay, so let's get that in the chat. Let me copy that. And let me paste it in the live chat right now so people can see it's there. Prosperity. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what people had to say. It was a bridge too far. It's an appeal that won't go nowhere. Ref should have stopped that early. Yeah, he is fighting tomorrow. What? I think it's being shown on YouTube. The fight's being shown on YouTube, apparently, allegedly, like about 10 a.m., 11 a.m. It's crazy, yo. Yeah, it's a heavy hitter, but I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Yeah. Shout out to the pigeon. The pigeon had to fly away. I don't know what was in that cup, but that was some strong shizzle. Okay. What's happening now? Looked like he was wiping the table when he got knocked down first time. It was rough stuff. Yeah, Pigeon was definitely on that firewater. The tone up in the building. Oh, we got here. Never a good show. It's never a good show over here, Red Glove Militant. It's always a great show. It's always a great one. We don't do good. Over here. Good ain't good enough. Come on, Red Glove. You know that. Excellent show. Great show. Blessed. No rematch needed, says the fight doctor. That's cool. And the gang. What else is there left for me to say? I don't think there is. We'll just keep the groove. Like to finish on a high, never on a low. Yo. Okay, so there it is. I think we've covered it in good time. Nice and crisp, nice and precise. Covered the Devin Haney, Schools Kambosos, Inoue versus Donaire tomorrow, 11 a.m. Joe Cordina's victory and Junior Farr. It's got some thinking to do. Okay. Not much left for me to say other than it's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like. Oh, yeah. Hit that like button if you haven't already done so. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoy the content. And hit the alarm. Hit the alarm, the bell icon. Stay updated with news and notifications. Don't forget about the live show. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's Raphael Dawkins, the Combat Radio, and we are out. Blessed.